Last week, something changed in the market, and I don't say that lightly. And I want to be very careful about how I frame this information for you, because if you've been following, you know that I've been talking about being disciplined, about not chasing pumps, not chasing green candles. But after taking a very deep dive, I started thinking about some of the things that are happening not behind the scenes. They're happening in broad daylight, but not being noticed by many because of the turbulent times we're going through in this market. What happened is that some institutions moved in alignment, and not because of price, not because of hype, but because they're getting ready. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you why, for the first time in a while, I'm starting to lean bullish. Let's start with some of the institutional moves that happened over the last 7 days. Institutions moved, and they moved together. Last week, Charles Schwab announced clients will soon be able to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum directly. Not ETFs, not derivatives, the actual assets. We're talking about over $11 trillion in client assets. At the same time, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, JPMorgan, and Franklin Templeton all pushed deeper into crypto. New products, expanded access, more integration, and this wasn't just one company testing the waters. This was the system moving all together at the same time. If you think about this, institutions like these are huge, and they take time to make choices like the choices that they've been making over the last few days. It takes time to plan, to really get things into place before they pull the trigger. This time, they moved in alignment. It wasn't a coincidence, it was timing. And they're creating access for crypto. Distribution just opened up. This isn't just institutions accumulating. It's about access being unlocked everywhere. Take Morgan Stanley. They have over 16,000 financial advisors. These advisors sit across from real clients every day, people with real money and long-term trust. And now, well, they're offering crypto exposure, or they will offer crypto exposure. That changes everything, because crypto isn't just discovered now on Twitter anymore. It's being recommended inside financial meetings, added into traditional portfolios, and it's becoming something normal, widely adopted, the adopted phrase. At the same time, we're seeing steady ETF inflows, quiet money entering, while sentiment is still very cautious. That's not hype, that's early positioning before the crowd shows up. So where do we go from here? Where do we go with this information? And I want to be very careful, like I said at the beginning of this video, about how I frame this information, because I'm not saying go all in on Bitcoin or go all in on Ethereum or altcoins or meme coins for that matter. All I'm saying is that it's time to start looking at how things are moving and things are evolving. Consider these two things that are still yet to happen. There's a new Fed chair that's coming, and the Clarity Act, there's still a good possibility that it's something that it's passed as new legislation that sets guardrails and standards for crypto investments in the United States, which could potentially just spark, again, the crypto market. Now, crypto has been always on the sidelines. Crypto has been the black sheep of investments for many, many people. But the fact that institutions are starting to line up like they did over the last few days, and the things that are happening around the market in general, aside from geopolitics, aside from the environment that's going on external to crypto, I think that we can start leaning a little bit bullish. Again, not saying you should go all in on anything, not saying that I'm going to go all in on anything. What I'm saying is that we really now need to start thinking about those investments and the exposure that you have to some of these assets that are going to benefit from the floodgates when they open in the future. If you enjoyed this video, if you liked this conversation, guys, leave me your comments below. What's your strategy? What do you think is going to happen? Why do you think that institutions are moving the way that they're moving? Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Better on base.